morning. It's day 34. Hopefully you can hear me. It's still pretty windy. I'll do my best to adjust the volume of this clip. But a little bit of a rough night last night. Pretty bad thunderstorms again. Wind. We lost our bear line because the wind was whipping our bag around so much. It just got so tangled we couldn't get it down. So Chuck climbed the tree, I guess, and cut the food bag down. So at least we have our food. So that's good. And we do have a spare bear line. We started with 2, so that's good. We'll just have to get some in Tennessee, but yeah, it was just the weather was super bad last night and really windy this morning getting out of camp, so we didn't really take any video. We just ate real quick, packed, and got the heck out. I don't know our mileage plan for today.
15.6 or something.
15.6 to the next shelter. Not that it will matter, because I'm sure it will be full when we get there, because it only sleeps 5. But hopefully we'll still be able to tent nearby and use the bear cables since we're losing bear line. So yeah, I didn't get really the best sleep last night, so do my best today. That's all we can do, one day at a time, one blaze at a time. But I think the forecast is supposed to be really great today and maybe through the next 3 days, so that's nice, at least.
So we just did our first 1 hour mileage check, and we managed to do 2.2 miles in that first hour, which is good. We had a little bit of climbing, and it was kind of slowing us down, plus the standard stop and disrobe, but it was chilly when we got started. There was no starting in shorts and a t-shirt today. But we're warmed up now. I know, as Heather mentioned, we had some wild weather last night. We had our tent staked out with just the normal stakes, but then also guyed out to some trees. We had J hooks in and a couple other extra stakes in, and it held up really well. Like when we got up this morning, you could tell there was no slack anywhere. It hadn't budged, and the wind was pretty intense. So it's nice to be able to have
Be in a storm-worthy vessel.
Yeah, have that confidence in your gear. I mean, we tested our tent in a pretty windy, during a really windy shakedown.
Whole mountain.
Yeah, it ended up being a really windy night that we weren't expecting. And but I mean, it's always great to just, like I said, have confidence in your gear, and it just kind of, takes home the point to me of how important it is to test your gear. Get out, do shakedowns in bad weather, and make sure your gear is going to hold up. But it was great to wake up to this morning and have this beautiful day ahead of us that we knew we could put our rain gear away and not have to even think about it for the next few days. Windy still, but that's okay. No rain, just dry feet. Yeah, my feet are loving the dryness because they have been hurting lately. So hopefully some cool little mile markers coming up today. We'll see.
I think. Welcome 2024, homemade cookies, filtered water, trash can from the Southern Cookie Lady. We are, gonna hit some cool milestones today. So the Cookie Lady, and I think we're gonna hit 300 today. So that's exciting. A nice little morale boost after yesterday. Oh, right there. Yay! Anytime you get water as trail magic, something as simple as water that you don't have to filter yourself is so clutch. So.
And being able to dump your trash.
And being able to, dump your nasty, stinky trash with like the tuna pouches and the chicken. Gross. When you open up the trash, little Ziploc trash bag, it just punches you right in the face. They get pretty ripe.
Elevation downhill.
Cheers.
Well, thank you very much, man. That was a welcome treat.
So excited. Okay, the last one I tried to get a video of, he flew away. Look how pretty. Nice. Yeah, the last one. Oh, there you go. Bye. The last one said, no pictures, please. Someone's following us. We're at our little lunch stop right before the first shelter we passed. We were gonna stop and eat at the shelter, but we passed a kind gentleman who warned us that he thinks he got Noro in this shelter. So,
Can I give him the full story?
what? Oh, yeah.
So they're approaching us, this couple, and they have a cat that's running along with them. A trail cat, no leash, just trotting along. And I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna get to pet a cat. This is gonna be awesome. And then
We're cat people.
Yeah. And then he gets close to us, picks his cat up, puts it on his shoulder, proceeds to tell us about the fact that he has Noro. And I'm just, all I can think about is, get your Noro cat away from
I
me.
wanted to pet him so bad. It was a little fat orange boy hiking with him, but I hope he feels better. I don't wish Noro upon anyone. So, but the weather's good. We're climbing. We got some Cheez-Its. The elite trail snack.
Cheez-Its.
Snickers. So we're gonna push to the shelter past that, but I don't know if we're gonna stand there, and I don't know if I want to use the privy. If he was Novo and he's not 100% sure which privy it was, I'm not gonna chance it. So yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. But much better day than yesterday.
Yeah. We passed our buddy Chris today.
Yep.
Story.
Yeah, he's soboing a bunch because he knows he's got to get off trail for a wedding, so he's just trying to crank out like massive miles. We're gonna try to book a spot in Irwin. I think we're gonna try Uncle Johnny's, probably just for one night. I don't know if we're gonna need a zero. I don't like to do zeros like, you know, too close together, you know. So yeah. See you all after lunch. I like how it's like you took that with no poles, and I like my legs are so short. I'm like. So we just have been climbing this ridge line, and it is quite, I don't know how to describe this. Chunky. The trail is chunky, but holy crap. These views on all sides are ridiculous. Wow. The wind might get me. It's a little windy up here, but let's see. Ugh. Yeah. Wow. All the way around. So sick. We should be hitting 300 soon. And these last couple of miles of that 300 were earned. All this junk. Very jagged, very rocky. All right. 300. My ankles felt every little bit of those rocks on that trail. It was no joke. So that was the 298 to 300 were well earned. Okay, so we made it to camp. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I forgot the name of the shelter. But we did about 15 and a half miles today. Chuck's gonna move ahead. I went and scoped some tent sites. There are so many tent sites here, which is good because we know the guy that passed through that had Noro. So we're gonna skip the shelters for a while, especially since the weather's cooperating, and we're gonna tent it. So he moved on to go pitch the tent, and I'm doing a little water run since the tent is pretty much, he likes to do solo. You gotta get like a perfect like right angle for the tent, the Durston, when you're staking it out, and it's easier honestly for just one pair of eyes to do it than two, because yeah, always ends up with like one person like pulling on it and like tugging it and messing it up. So yeah, he does that, and I usually scope for a bear hang, but on this time I'm gonna go get water, and I'm here, so I'm gonna put you in my pocket while I get some water. We had the extra time, so we got a little fire going, and now we're gonna have some supper. What you having? Pasta? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have Brinner. I'm gonna have, where is it? Nope. Yes. Oh my God. This has no business being this good. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is amazing. And it's like, look at that, 1,100 calories. Yes. It's 8:05, so we're gonna call it a night. Great day today. We hit 300. We hit the cookie lady. We hit a ridge. That was very humbling.
Looks like the ridge hit us.
The ridge hit us, but and we almost did 16 miles today. So got back, had a little fire, and now we're gonna lay down and hopefully get some good thunderstorm-free sleep.
Yep.
Yep, that's your, yep.
I concur.
Good night.
Good night.